Microclimate is a local atmospheric zone where the climate differs from the surrounding area. The zone can be as small as a few feet, such as the shade of a single tree, to several square miles. At its most basic, microclimate can be thought of as the experienced temperature of a given area. As landscape architects, we typically work with microclimates on the scale of our work sites and their constituent spaces. Indoor temperature control is no longer a luxury, and the expectation of thermal comfort has made its way outdoors, making it a necessity in the design of any project. Microclimate is created by these elements as they interact over an area. Out of these, solar and terrestrial radiation and wind have the most direct impact on user experience, with the former raising perceived temperatures and the latter lowering it. While these elements are responsible for microclimates, for the most part none of them are able to be directly manipulated by people. Instead, designs must be created which limit or promote exposure, leading to the desired heating and cooling of a site.
The first designable component is vegetation. Large plants such as trees filter and absorb solar radiation in the summer, lower the temperature underneath and halting the absorption of heat by constructed materials. Yet they also allow radiation through in the winter as well as retain terrestrial radiation. Plants, when strategically placed, can also act as the winter barrier, shielding area from lower temperature in the winter. Vegetation contributes to humidity due to transpiration, which increases perceived temperature. Water, when present in a landscape, controls perceived temperature depending on its form. Flowing water creates a sink for radiation which lowers ambient temperatures that can spread to surrounding areas depending on landfall. Standing water will quickly contribute to perceived humidity of an area, raising the perceived temperature in the winter. Earth, specifically the change of landform, can have a substantial effect on microclimate. Unfortunately, this is one of the most difficult and expensive changes to make. Dips and pockets in landscape, especially those that are shaded, will cool off much faster than other areas. Soil composition will also determine radiation retention, with more compacted soil types heating much faster than areas with looser soil. Landform is also one of the first determinants of how wind will flow over and interact with the site. The final major tool for designing microclimates are built constructions on a site. The constructions can act as many of the previously mentioned elements: windbreaks, cool air pockets, etc. Constructions, however, absorb radiation much faster than natural elements and are a major source of terrestrial radiation. The effect can be increased or decreased by using light-colored material to lessen absorption or dark colors to increase it.
Combining these components together, it is now possible to start designing the microclimate of a space. The first step should be to measure the climate of the area in which the site is located, as well as the variations of climate across seasons and different times of day. This includes mapping the air temperature and prevailing wind directions, as well as looking up local precedents for any outstanding climatic considerations unique to the area. With this information in hand, it is now possible to start analyzing the site itself. This should first be done through the site's context by order of tenfold magnitudes in order to understand the direct influence of the site's immediate surroundings as well as regional surroundings. This way, it is possible to anticipate beneficial and problematic flows of temperature coming in from outside of the boundaries of the site. Once this initial analysis has been completed, it is possible to consider the program of the site as it relates to climatic needs. Try to identify the times of year and of day that the site will be used and what temperature needs will come along with the activities being undertaken. With this information, it is possible to begin generally locating site elements in relation to where they will be best suited with regard to the site's microclimate. With the major program areas located, it is time to fine-tune individual microclimates on the site using the designable components. Redirecting wind and radiation as necessary will provide small but oftentimes substantial changes in the way the site operates and is experienced. In this example, the cafe is located in the warmer area of the site and given tree cover, while the playground is raised and located in a cooler area to accommodate the body temperatures of the children at play. The final outcomes must then be measured in order to determine efficiency and to improve the regional knowledge base for future projects. Carefully record the new air temperature, humidity, wind speed, and direction on your site and compare your readings over time with those from the closest weather station. Be sure to account for the differences in location and altitude of the station readings compared to those from your site. Using this framework and the basic understanding of the components of landscape in relation to temperature, it is now possible to begin to design for and with microclimate.